into gold, and transform that which was leaden or of a lower vibration to the higher vibration, which is represented by the metal of gold. On his arm, he has the Ankh. The Ankh represents life. Over here, you see two images of birds. These birds are hawks. The bird is called Heru. Heru is where we get the word hero from. The hero is the person that does what? Saves the day, right? And so this Heru hawk represents yourself. It represents yourself at its highest level of consciousness. It represents yourself as a spiritual warrior, male or female, spiritual warrior who is living life and moving through life in such a manner as if to reach your highest level of consciousness. And so everything that you do, everything that you do into how you live your life is based upon the principle of Ma'at, the principle that the universe has an order. And that order is based upon the idea that everything should be in harmony, everything should be in balance with each other. And so that's what this hawk represents. Every time a person ascended to the throne to become the pharaoh, he chose a Hebrew name. He chose a name that bonded him to the obligation to adhere to the principle of Ma'at, to live life and to rule within that order, to operate, from that higher consciousness. And so we see here that yoga is represented as a means of moving you to that point. It's a technology to allow you to choose the correct pill. It is the pill that you're taking that's going to take you down the rabbit hole. That's going to move you to that highest place of understanding the true nature of reality. My favorite book among all the books I read L.A. Banks' books, I read Brother Moore's book, but Ancient Future, y'all should read that book. Who has read the book, Ancient Future? And this is a book that everybody should read because it breaks down the 7 principles that the ancient Kemetic people created. It tells you how to understand the nature of the universe and how to move and operate in the universe. And here is part of the technology that they created. Yoga, movements and postures. Okay? So this is the same image here. So you can see the sun is at the top of the head. You can see the 2 circles on each side. The 2, Brother Moore, he mentioned the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. These two circles represent those 2 aspects of your nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system is activated when you are under stress. So everybody in here is black, right? Raise your hand if you're black. If you're black, what do you have a lot of? Stress. So we're moving, we're operating out of this sympathetic nervous system. And all the studies that's been done indicates that black people have more stress than anybody else. You could be a black person with some money, driving a Mercedes, living in a big house, but you're going to have a higher rate of blood pressure than a white person who got the same amount of money at the same car, the same house, because you have all of these hidden, unseen, just in the environment, stressors affecting you. And so also having melanin, one thing I got from Brother Moore's book was that when you have melanin, it doesn't just make you superior to white people and all that kind of stuff. What it does is that it makes you more sensitive to being out of order, and your body is going to suffer more when you do things that you shouldn't do. So when your thoughts, your consciousness, your behavior, the things that you put body, whether they're physical things or mental, spiritual things. When those things are out of order, it's going to affect you in a more negative way. You know? So a lot of times we think, oh, we got black skin that protects us. Black skin makes you more obligated that you have tonight not smoke cigarettes, don't drink alcohol, don't consume all of this pork chops and chitlins and all that other kind of stuff that that people want you to consume, artificial foods or non-food, so on and so forth. So the parasympathetic nervous system, that is what you are activating when you're practicing yoga. When you're practicing yoga, that part of your nervous system controls your relaxation response. It lowers your blood pressure. It slows your heartbeat. It brings more blood circulation away from the external limbs and brings it back to the central core of your body to allow you to regenerate yourself. It returns you to that state of homeostasis. Your breathing slows down. And the way that you activate the parasympathetic nervous system is through controlled breathing. Controlling your breath. Okay? And doing the movements and postures, the purpose of doing movements and postures is to open up your respiratory system. That's one of the primary benefits, is that they cause your lungs to begin to open up and become stronger and to activate and move the life force through your body in the form of oxygen, which is the physical gas that you're using, but also the internal chi, the prana. The two circuits, they represent your left and right nostrils. We have melanin, and we also have these wide nostrils that allow us to take in more air than other people can, allow us to take in more breath. The life force that we take in is contained in the air. It's contained in the air. It's not oxygen. It's not the different gases in the air. It is the spiritual essence of the air. It cannot be measured or figured out from doing a chemical analysis of the air itself. But it is the life force, and it's the spirit force which is contained in the air. How long can you go without eating food?
Months, years.
1 hour? But if you was in a situation, you could go for weeks without eating food. You may be going to fast for 30 days and don't have any food. How long can you go without water? 7 days or something like that. How long can you go without air, without breathing? 4 minutes? Breath is your primary source of energy. This figure, his name is Shu, S-H-U. He represents breath. He represents, in the story of creation, he separated Gaia, which is the earth and the male principle, from Newt, who is the sky and the feminine principle. And he's doing this pose in between them, representing the creation of the atmosphere, the life force, the breath. So he's very important. Here we see images like this. We see images of the ancestors. They're actually, just like you know, in any other part of traditional African society, you see people wearing masks, right? They go through different rituals and ceremonies. These are not people who have the heads of jackals. These are simply priests who are going through a particular ritual or ceremony who are wearing masks. And those masks comes from the different parts of inner Africa that the ancestors moved from up the Nile River to make it into what they call Egypt or Kemetic. And so here they're doing a pose called the pose, the peaceful warrior pose. This figure, his name is Ampu, and he was associated with funerary rites. He was also associated with judgment. In the judgment scene, when a person was to die, and before their soul soul to be transported or transmigrated into the next realm of existence, their heart